want candy.
Boom, 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 boom.
I'm very singy today.
I can tell.
Question 1. What candy is long, twisty, and sometimes red or black?
Licorice.
I love licorice.
I do not.
My mom loves licorice, so we always had licorice in our house growing up, and I think that that's why I like it. But you guys aren't huge licorice fans.
Mm-mm.
There are other kinds of licorice besides red and black. You can get like green apple licorice. I think Twizzlers makes like wild berry.
I don't have the gummy kind of thing of it, like the chewy stuck in your teeth kind of thing.
Oh man, just a regular cherry Twizzler or strawberry Twizzler.
My grandma buys the little nubs, but they're the black licorice ones.
Nibs. Yeah, she does buy black licorice nibs. And then my mom likes to leave the package open so that they get hard, and then it takes longer to chew.
That is gross.
Question 2. What is the most common flavor of candy canes?
Peppermint.
You got it. Standard peppermint is the most common candy cane flavor. Of your preference, are you a standard girl, or do you like the Lifesaver kind or the Sour Patch kind? Or there's all kinds now.
I like the fruity ones.
You like the fruity ones better?
I like any ones. I feel like the peppermint ones are really good and really classic for Christmas, but the not original ones are really good too.
Question 3. Which candy makes a fizzy poppy sound in your mouth?
Pop Rocks.
Oh, you got it.
I love Pop Rocks.
Me too. Pop Rocks' popping sensation is caused by the release of carbon dioxide bubbles that are trapped within the candy. When the candy dissolves in your mouth, these bubbles of pressurized gas burst, creating the crackling and popping sound.
That's really interesting.
When I wrote this question, I was like, I want to know why that happens. The best is when you bite them with your teeth and then they really pop. There's little balls of gas trapped in the candy. And when they pop, they crackle. I love that. Question 4. What chocolate candy bar is known for its crispy layers inside?
Kit Kat.
Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that.
Kit Kat bar.
Kit Kat bar. Question 5. What candy is often wrapped in foil with a little paper sticking out of the top?
Hershey Kisses.
Hershey's Kisses or Hugs.
They're called Hugs?
You know what? There's different kinds. The Kisses are milk chocolate or chocolate. Hugs are white chocolate with like a...
I want a hug.
Oh, come here. Give me one. You've had Hugs before. They're white chocolate with like black stripes.
Oh, I love those. Those are so good.
I too love Hugs. The chocolate kind and the regular kind. Yeah, so does Olaf. Question 6. What candy is super chewy and stretchy and often sold in long or short rectangles and comes in flavors like watermelon, blue raspberry, and mystery?
Oh, Airheads.
Airheads. You guys are big Airhead fans. Your dad also loves Airheads.
They're so
You can take or leave Airheads. You guys love Airheads though. Question 7. What candy consists of flavored colored sugar powder and a small edible candy stick that you can lick and dip into the powder?
Fun Dips.
Oh, you know it.
Fun Dips are good.
The little candy stick that you dip into the powder.
It's amazing.
Why don't they just make that a candy? Like, why can't you just buy the Fun Dip stick?
It's
delicious.
So good.
They could call them dipsticks. Like a car, what you stick in and see what your oil is. Trivia for kids dipsticks. Who owns a candy company? Let's do this. I think I just came up with something brilliant.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's go to space.
Let's do that.
Question 1. How many Earths could fit inside of Jupiter? 13, 1,300, or 13,000?
1,300.
How'd you know?
Wait, actually?
Yeah. Think about how big Earth is.
It's big. There are like billions of people.
Think about how big the number 1,300 is. 1,300 of the planet that we live on could fit inside of Jupiter. Again, I know I talk about this a lot, but we talk about space stuff. We talk about like dinosaur things being billions of years ago, and it makes my head want to explode. I cannot comprehend things like this. Question 2. It takes about 8 minutes and 20 seconds for what to reach the earth?
Sunlight.
You're right. For the light from the sun to reach the earth, it takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Even though light travels super fast, it still takes over 8 minutes to travel the 93 million miles to earth. How can we see it if it's 93 million miles away? It is that bright and that massive that we can see something 93 million miles away. Again, head explosions.
No, it's crazy.
Question 3. What planet spins the fastest, making its day less than 10 hours long?
Venus.
Oh, you would think Venus because that's the weird one. The answer is Jupiter. Jupiter spins the fastest.
I was on a roll too.
10 hours long.
That's crazy.
Think of the amount you sleep at night would be one day. Weird. Question 4. What planet could float in a bathtub if the bathtub were big enough?
A hippopotamus.
What planet? You can see how well Quinn listens to the questions.
I don't even know what I was thinking about. It is Uranus.
It is Saturn.
Neptune. Okay. I just forgot that planet existed for a second there.
Saturn is so light and it's less dense than water. So Saturn could float in, I don't know why it says bathtub, in an ocean. It could just float in water. Question 5. What space object is a giant ball of ice and dust that leaves a glowing tail?
A comet.
You are correct. Comets heat up as they get close to the sun, forming bright tails that point away from the sun. For as pretty as a comet looks, it's funny that it's just ice and dust. You wouldn't think that ice and dust could make like a beautiful, bright, shiny thing.
Yeah.
Question 6. The Boomerang Nebula is the what place in the known universe? The coldest place, the hottest place, or the deepest place?
The coldest.
You're right. It is the coldest place. The Boomerang Nebula is about negative 457 degrees Fahrenheit, even colder than the background temperature of space. So space itself is very cold, and this Boomerang Nebula is colder than that. Question 7. What happens to your height in space? Do you get taller or shorter?
You get shorter.
You get taller.
Okay, I was wrong.
With no gravity squishing your spine, you can stretch up to 2 inches taller. And then you would finally be taller than me, Quinn.
I would.
Ultimate goal in life.
Do you see this right now? Do you see our height right now? I'm taller than you.
Quinn is getting close.
I'm
she
getting
is
really
about
close.
2 inches shorter than me yet.
I'm like 5'6".
Yes, and I'm 5'8", and you're getting close. So hopefully you're not done growing so you can beat me. Let's talk about nature. Quinn, nature.
Let's do that.
Question 1. What plant can grow up to 3 feet in just one day?
Sunflower.
The answer is bamboo. Some species of bamboo are the fastest growing plants on Earth. They can grow so fast you can almost watch it happen. They grow so fast you can almost just like watch them grow if you sat there long enough.
Oh my goodness gracious.
3 feet? It's like growing the size of Brooks in a day. Wild.
That is crazy.
Question 2. What plant eats bugs to survive in poor soil?
The Venus flytrap.
You got it. Venus flytrap or a pitcher plant. Insects give these plants extra nutrients that it can't get from its soil. It is one of nature's sneakiest snackers.
Sneakiest snackers.
It is wild. Wild that a plant can eat an insect. Question 3. What creature can sleep for up to 3 years if it needs to? A grizzly bear, a snail, or a wood frog?
A wood frog, because that's just bizarre answer.
The answer is a snail. Some snails go into deep hibernation during dry times and can nap for years until conditions improve.
That's crazy.
Could you imagine? Rip Van Winkle just like going to sleep one day and waking up being like, what? 2031? Where did the time go?
Who's Rip Van Winkle?
Rip Van Winkle? You know the story about the guy who slept for like 100 years? Rip Van Winkle. Oh, man. It's a classic. Question 4. What is the fastest growing living thing in the ocean? Barnacles, plankton, or giant kelp?
Barnacles.
The answer is giant kelp. Giant kelp can grow up to 2 feet per day. It forms huge underwater forests where the otters love to nap.
What?
So
I
not
didn't know
quite
that
as
plants could grow this quick.
not quite as fast as bamboo. 1 foot
that's-
less, but still
That's crazy.
just growing away in the water. Question 5. Which animal uses its own spit to build its home?
A fire ant or an ant. Or
The
a bird
answer
nest.
is
A bird.
a bird. The swiftlet bird builds its home by using its own saliva, which it deposits on cave walls and hardens into a cup-like structure. This saliva-based nest is a natural byproduct of the bird's digestive process, specifically from a large saliva gland under its tongue. The swiftlet's saliva is sticky and dries hard, making it a suitable material for constructing the nest.
That's crazy.
I wonder how much saliva a bird can create in a day, or how long
3 feet, Mom.
3 feet. A swift bird can create 3 feet of saliva in one day. No, that is not true. But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
does it take a really long time to create this nest? Is it like one little thing of spit per day and then slowly after like months and months it builds up? Or is there a lot of spit coming out of this bird?
That's a good question.
Thank you. I don't know the answer. Again, Boomerang Nebula, how much spit comes out of a swiftlet? I got to come up with these before I ask my own questions. Question 6. What do you call animals that are awake at night instead of during the day?
Nocturnal.
They are nocturnal. Owls, bats, and raccoons are nocturnal, using the dark to find food and avoid predators. There are more animals than that are nocturnal. Those are just some common ones I used for examples. Plenty more nocturnal things. I'm not nocturnal. I love to go to bed.
I don't love to go to bed, but
I'm tired. Put me to bed when it gets dark. Question 7. What insect can lift over 50 times its own body weight?
there's the ant.
There's the ant. If ants were our size, they could carry a car. This is about things with patterns. Animals, things,
sounds
things
fun.
with patterns. Question 1. What black and white animal's pattern is as unique to each animal as a human fingerprint?
A zebra.
That is correct. No 2 zebras have the same stripe pattern, just like no 2 people have the same fingerprint. Question 2. What part of your body has a pattern made of loops, whorls, and arches?
Oh, your fingerprint.
Yes, your fingerprints. These tiny ridge patterns form before you're born and never change. I didn't know that. They're formed in the womb and then you come out and your fingerprints are just there the same forever? That is cool. Question 3. What shape is used in beehives and is one of the strongest patterns in nature? Pentagon, hexagon, or octagon?
Hexagon.
Correct. Bees use hexagons because they fit together perfectly and store the most honey with the least wax. How many sides is a hexagon?
1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 sides to a hexagon. Question 4. What type of big cat has rosettes instead of spots or stripes?
A jaguar.
Leopards.
Oh no, that was gonna be my first guess, but I was.
Leopards don't just have dots. They have rosette-shaped spots like little flower petals.
Oh, that's cool.
It is cool. So when next time, pay attention if you look at a leopard. They have sort of like a blobule-looking shape instead of like a perfect circle.
A blobule.
Blobule, not a real word. I don't know. That's what came to mind. Question 5. What tiny insect has red wings with black spots in a pattern that warns predators?
A ladybug.
You got it. The spots on a ladybug are a warning pattern that says, I taste bad, to hungry birds. Question 6. What kind of art is made entirely of small pieces put together to make a bigger pattern or picture?
A mosaic.
You got it. Mosaics are beautiful patterns made from tiny tiles, glass, or stones, kind of like nature's puzzle. Mosaics are so cool.
I went to Iowa's Capitol building, and there was a big mosaic there, and as you're walking by, it creates an illusion, and the feet shift with you, and the eyes shift with you. But they're all made out of like little pieces of like glass and marble and stuff. It's so cool.
That's very cool. So yeah, a mosaic is a big picture, but it's made out of individual little pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Question 7. What kind of light pattern forms when sunlight shines through raindrops?
A rainbow pattern.
A rainbow. That's it. A rainbow is a natural light pattern made when the sunlight bends and reflects in raindrops. Can you tell me the rainbow pattern, please?
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet.
Roy G. Biv. You are correct.